It is a very rainy day, and I have to catch the bus in an hour to work. Definitely not ideal. So, guys, it's David here, and it's day 428. I have a bad habit, and that is my problem of sleeping in, and the rain's going. But you see, guys, I woke up today at 5 a.m., and I was feeling great. I was clear, but for whatever reason, I just decided to stay in bed. And because of so, I missed out on my time to call this morning. I missed out on my time to do some work before I go on to my 5 hour shift. Now, I guess I could say to myself that look, David, it's Sunday, so why bother? Just take the day off like any other normal human being. But the thing is, I am behind, right? That is the truth. I am behind. I wasted a few years of my life chasing drugs and pleasure, and I'm 20. So if I want to catch up with everyone else, then I have to put in the work. Then I have to put in more work because I want to get there sooner than later. So even though today I kind of woke up in defeat, I still have a lot of time when I come back. It'll be 2 p.m. and I'll have time to work a little bit more on my application. But I do have to cook food tonight. Well, not up glide, but I kind of just bring on more obligations for myself because I'm stupid. So I got to cook lasagna. It'll take about 3 hours max, and I'll figure out exactly what I can do when I come back from work. But I do want to complete some more components. I want to finish up my sign up page. I want to complete my routing. And if I have time, I'll create my first important component, which I was supposed to do yesterday. But let's not reminisce on the past and repent. Let's just focus on what we can do in the present. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. So, it's been a while since I last saw you guys. Now, downstairs, I have just this delicious smelling lasagna in the oven cooking. And I have to say, guys, as I was prepping the lasagna, laying the sauce, the cheese, the sheets, I was drooling. All right. For me, I am not someone who's easily tempted to eat food because I have built a habit to eat clean food, right? But I'm telling you, that lasagna got me thinking differently. So I might give in tonight, guys, but I may not because yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't just give in to food, bro. Because if I do, then it's gonna ruin everything. But with that being said, I was supposed to code. I was supposed to come up here in my office when I came back from work to do some uh, work on my project, but I underestimated, or perhaps I forgot how long it takes to prep lasagna. And I guess as I was there cooking, I just couldn't really leave the stove on with unintended. Right? I had to be there. It felt like I was responsible. So I was down there for 3 hours cooking, and now it's in the oven. So I could just kind of do something up here before I take it out. But time is getting a bit late. It is 5 o'clock, and I feel like as if I don't have any more time today to work on my project, but I know that is not the truth, right? I do have a lot of time. Even if it's 5 p.m., the lasagna comes out in 1 hour, 6 p.m. I still have a considerable amount of time to do something if I want to. And I guess at the end of the day is my choice if I choose to do something today or not. But I still will, even if it is just 30 minutes, even if it is just coming up here and opening up my code editor and reviewing my code. That will maintain and sustain momentum. And to build a habit, guys, that is perhaps the most important thing. It isn't necessarily how much you do, but rather it is how often you do it that counts. Same as the gym. You could go to the gym and have this intense workout for 5 hours. You just go there and hammer the weights, cardio heavy session, and come out just absolutely dead. But if you can't go back tomorrow, then what's the point? Yes, you may had one of the most intense session recorded, but if you don't show up tomorrow, then you're going to not make any progress. So I think this is super important. Is you just show up. Despite you doing something or not, just show up. Because in the long haul, if you can sustain this momentum and consistency of showing up, you will see some progress. But the thing with progress is it takes time. And if you don't have the patience for your progress to take root, then you never will see the result blossom. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in a bit. And for the meantime, I'm gonna use this time to read some book. And after that, after I have dinner, I will start to code. I'll see you guys then. So, guys, it's quite late now, getting quite late, and I had a go at adding the sign in form component in my application, and I did. I fixed the routing, and everything is working thus far. However, I am having trouble storing my input into a storage, which is something I will work on tomorrow. But I would say overall today has been a little bit rocky. Ever since coming back work, I was easily annoyed at things. It was as if everything bothered me. I was mad at the tiniest thing. And that really frustrated me because normally I'm very peaceful and quiet, and therefore just feeling a bit easily agitated felt very uncomfortable to me. And I guess looking back now, I did not meditate this morning. And perhaps this is the reason why my mind could not settle and most likely focus. But I do think that the reason I felt like this today was because I didn't wake up early and I didn't put any time towards working on my project or perhaps working on myself. And therefore, when the day seems to come to a close and I yet haven't done anything, I feel bad about myself. And perhaps this is why I was very easily annoyed. I was wondering if I have enough time. And I thought that making dinner tonight for my family was a dumb sacrifice, which I shouldn't have done. But after coming back here to do the work, to do a little bit of work, to put some time into creating this signing component, I realized that everything starts to get better, right? My sense of agitation diminished because I was putting my time into use. And although coming back up here was a bit difficult, I felt a little bit defeated, but I realized that the only way to make myself feel better was to do something about it. So no matter how difficult it was to come back up after you feel like you have been defeated, nothing is more difficult than to stay in that sense of regret of not doing something. So I guess really that is my take-home lesson today. That when you feel sad, when you feel like you have not done anything, then that is perhaps the truth. Therefore, you should do something. Get up and do it because that is the only way you are going to feel better about yourself. But with that being said, I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.